Coming up next, Sin Censura, the Three Guys Rant.
You ready for the pain and feel completely dirty when you're done? Arvin, are you ready for blast off?
I told you not to eat Indian food, man.
How are you blasted off? Prematurely.
We are
The Three Guys Rant.
Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
I already feel dirty. Call us at 855-693-GUYS.
And if you didn't understand that, let me try to do it in English, because that was Puerto Rican. You are listening to The Three Guys Rant. 855-69-3-GUYS. That's 693-4897.
693?
I love me some pizza.
All right, my microphone on. Welcome back to another edition of the Three Guys Rant here on NBC News Radio, KCAA 1050 AM. Also, hear us here at Rant Radio Network. And if the engineer figured it out, should be able to hear us live also on ND104.com.
All right,
Why you? Because you're the engineer.
So, did he figure it out?
That's messed up.
All right.
That tells me he didn't figure it out. But we had a close call, man. I almost had to call all my celebrity friends and let them know that my phone had been hijacked.
I thought that was a close call?
Yeah, man. Paris Hilton doesn't want.
You ran out of here, headed towards the bathroom. I thought that was a close call you were talking about, man.
That was a close call.
You were eating them cold chicken wings, man. That's what happens, man. I told you.
Hey, there is nothing better than to lose weight with than cold chicken wings.
Dude, but the way you suck on them bones is just kind of disgusting, man.
Really, I thought you were gonna go somewhere else.
You have all that drool and stuff with that ranch, and you have all this gooey white stuff just dripping from your chin.
Why is it every time
and
I'm
it
eating
just falls
chicken,
on your chest?
Why is it every time I'm eating chicken, you always come stand right next to me?
Why is it that when you eat chicken, you got to take your shirt off?
Because I need something to clean my face off with afterwards, man.
Wow. So you have all that goo on your chest. And anyways, man, cover them nipples, please. It's cold in here, but
if anybody
Jesus.
wants to see my nipples, please make sure to log on to KCAA radio.com or the3guysrant.com. So again, anybody listening who wants to call in number here is 855-69-3-GUYS. Again, 855-693-GUYS. So I know we have a special in-studio guest on his way. I think he just flew in from Texas. So my guess is with traffic coming from the airport, he's probably stuck in traffic somewhere. But
all right, hopefully he'll make it in time to sit here and make this a funny show, man. Because
he's a funny guy.
We don't have he's real funny, but we don't have Phil here in the studio. If you're streaming, you can see that we're kind of light today. We're lightweights today because we don't have Phil in studio. He's out tending to other business. He had to make an appearance at an event in downtown LA, so he's out there today, man.
Oh, he's always out.
So we have nobody to pick on except you.
No. You know what? I got the perfect person to pick on.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going to go with it, but I want to start with something before we get too far off because I don't think we'll be able to come back to it. Miley Cyrus, and I know everybody's been talking about it. I didn't see him, but the pictures are everywhere. The VMAs. I don't know if our engineer can get some pictures up, but I'm going to say the girl finally snapped. Either she snapped or she took some good drugs that night.
Well, you say you want to pick on her. I want to say I want to pick her. What's wrong with her, man? There's just nothing wrong with her. What's wrong with America is
I think
what I'm concerned with. People are losing their damn mind over her dance routine. What is up? She's an adult.
She is an adult.
Quit looking at her like she's Hannah Montana.
No.
Hannah Montana is dead, people.
That's
right?
That's
We're being
not my
idiots.
issue with her. That's not my issue. The issue that I think any celebrity should take, I don't think celebrities think that they have a responsibility to the kids in the country.
They don't.
They absolutely do.
They do not.
I think especially if they come from the Disney Channel.
Nope. They have no responsibility to kids. Okay? It's my responsibility as a parent to take care of my kids, to teach them right from wrong.
Did your son watch the VMAs?
No. If I had seen if I had known what her routine was going to be,
you would have tuned in.
Me and him would have been watching it side by side. Look, I'm telling you, man, it is my job to take care of my kids, not Disney, not any other piece of crap group out there that thinks they need to police what I watch and what I don't watch. No.
I guarantee you that the following day, minutes after her performance, there was a spike in twerking videos on YouTube.
Absolutely. So
why? Because everybody thinks that's a new norm, and I think that's what's wrong in this country now. We're so. I forget that we need to do a censored show on this one. There is so much BS out there that I think most of the younger generation today, thinks that the way we're supposed to live is the way they live on Jersey Shore. And that's so far from the truth.
Yeah, but if that generation thinks that way, it's their parents' fault. It's not MTV. It's not Jersey Shore. It's not Snooki, Pookie, or any other.
Well, for them, I understand. They're doing
there,
it.
okay?
They're doing it for the dollars.
Because I tell you what, I have kids. I have a couple, 19, 20,
you
21.
Probably have some that you don't
so
even know.
So they're in that kind of yeah.
See, look at that.
Yeah.
Everywhere she goes, her tongue's out.
And she's got a pretty wide tongue. But anyways,
look at that. That's something you should
my
go.
kids.
That is a dance right there. That is a dance that you should have to pay to get into the club, and then pay the girl once she's done dancing.
My kids don't act like fools.
Look at that. Look at the Smiths. Look at Junior there. He's like, oh God, please make it stop. And these are other celebrities.
That's not
on
the
this.
face I see him. His face is like, I want to get me some white chick. But anyways,
that is a dance that should have been done at a strip club.
you see, my kids grew up watching MTV, all this
But
crap. They
it
go to
was completely
raves and all that
different,
stuff, but they
though.
don't act the fool, right? Because they know that's how I raise them.
Your kids,
And they know that at 21, there's still consequences and repercussions if they act stupid. It's
See,
on
but
your
you were in the
parenting.
military.
No,
so I think I think it was different. And also, your kids aren't the same age as these kids. Your kids are younger than me, 21, 22, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But the ones I'm talking about are probably like the 13, 14, 15-year-olds. So I think those 5 years makes a huge difference.
It's all in the parenting, man.
A lot of parents aren't just
Okay,
They
so
might be
it's their
physically there.
fault.
But still, that
It's
shouldn't
their fault.
that shouldn't have happened.
Why shouldn't have happened? She was dancing.
Very inappropriately.
No.
Very inappropriately, in my opinion.
Gay.
I don't know. It's just I think the pressure of being who she is, I think finally took its toll on her.
I don't think it has anything to do with the pressure. I think it has more to do with the fact that she's coming of age. She wants to lose that Hannah Montana crap. I think she was trying to make a statement. Look, I'm not Hannah Montana anymore. I'm Miley Cyrus, and this is how I do things.
She made that statement back in 2008 when she came out with her first. I can't even remember the name of the album, but she came out with an album
Right.
that at that point everybody thought was very risque because the day before that, everybody thought she was Hannah Montana.
Okay.
And then that same day she came out with that, and she was.
So it's been
dressed almost
5
like her.
years since then, and people are still shocked.
Well,
Come on.
This is way beyond that. Same thing. Look at
There was no wardrobe.
Look at Selena
wardrobe.
Gomez. She's trying to separate, but she's
Right.
still doing it very classy.
Okay, so that's the way she decided
Now
to
for
do
her,
it.
her I can see. She's still very classy. I think for her, I think she's better off without Justin. I think she is a bigger star than Justin.
I think that's your attraction to her because she was with Justin. I think that'll be 1 degree of separation between you and Justin. I think that's your fascination
First
with
off,
her.
if that was ever the case, Justin.
You're lucky
would
this
be
is
the
a
bottom.
Thursday show, bro.
He would be the bottom.
You're lucky this is a Thursday show, man. Because if this is a Monday, and if you want to listen to us uncensored, tune in on Mondays from 5 to 6, same time at the Rant Radio Network, and you'll see how we take care of business there. But here we're on
with a big tub of peanut butter and a big tub of Vaseline.
No,
That's just gross.
Just let them tune in, man. Just let them tune in. But anyways, I think she's trying to make a statement. People should just back off, let her be who she is, and that's it, man. I mean, I could see if they see her. You know who? If they see her in the street smoking crack or walking a corner or something like that.
I think she smoked crack right before she got on stage.
We haven't seen her doing that, right? So, okay, I could see that maybe.
You realize that because of that performance, she got banned from certain parts of the world, and
Hey, bro, our
it,
show is banned in certain parts of the world. What the hell are you talking about?
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, if you people don't know it, the Three Guys Rant is banned in several countries around the world. Why? Because they're
name
morons.
one? Can you name one?
Wasn't it Turkey?
No, not even close.
right.
Germany.
Germany. Oh, yeah, they should ban us. Anyways,
but the same thing. I know the backlash is just ridiculous with her, and I know by default, so is Robin Thicke.
but you know what?
The guy that showed up in the Beetlejuice outfit.
But
I
you
don't even know what was going on with that.
But you know what's funny? This backlash is one of the best things that could have happened to her, man. The publicity that's going on. The fact that what's going on in the world, we're probably going to attack Syria. And if you tune in,
I didn't know that.
and most
I'm
news
too
channels
I'm too busy with this.
are even talking about this still. So she did it right.
I wonder what Robin Thicke's wife. Have you seen Robin Thicke's wife?
No.
That woman is stunning. At first, I thought it was Alicia Keys. I don't know what.
I'm
the
sure
hell
Alan
she's
will
doing
pull it
over
up.
there.
But
If
you know
can
what?
Find a picture of her.
But yeah, so what? He didn't do anything either.
Now, according to the engineer in there, he said he got a little chubby when she was dancing up on
But
him.
you know who's coming out and complaining about this and throwing his 2 cents, moron,
No idea.
is the dumbass that invented the foam finger. Somebody interviewed him on Fox Sports Radio or and he's complaining about, he's telling me something like he's glad that the foam finger has been around so long because it will survive this controversy. And he hopes that Miley Cyrus can survive it too. Moron, shut up.
Please tell me there's a patent on that phone finger.
I don't know, but that's your contribution to
that's
society.
his wife.
She's hot. That's your contribution to society, and you're concerned about it surviving this controversy. This is probably the best thing that could have happened to your finger. And if you're watching, I got another finger to show you.
I was going to say, better things happen to my finger on Friday nights.
Can't believe that. Oh, it might be my foam finger. Shut up.
See, so there's his wife. And again, maybe it's just me. If anybody out there is streaming, again, make sure you check out the3guysrant.com or KCAA radio.com. I don't know what the hell that picture is. But I thought at first that was Alicia Keys, the wife.
She's hot.
I have no idea what this picture is. Is this the inventor of the foam finger? Is this the next invention?
Wow. That's troubling. But anyways, I think people should just back off, leave Miley do her thing, and that's it, man.
You know what? Do you think that maybe her dad let her do too much of her own thing?
Well, from what you read, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know anything firsthand. From what you read, he tried to kind of rein her in a little bit, but she's surrounded with some people that kind of build a barrier around her.
This was a few years ago,
right?
Right.
And there was some tension there because he didn't have as much access, if you will, as he wanted to be in her life. Now, that's what the reports are. Who knows? There's three sides to every story.
I do agree there probably is 3 sides to every story, but I got to say there's probably, to some degree, there's truth in that. I'm sure that they try to do all that.
Well,
is he here?
A lot of kids do that, man, especially kids with money. They want to just separate. Look at Will Smith's kid, man. One of them wants to be emancipated. I think he's 18.
Again, I at the red carpet event we did a few months back, Willow was there. I'm sure that they're great kids, but I think at the same time, I think they have too much freedom for their own good. I know that the parents probably want them to make their own choices and all that, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, they're still kids and they need guidance.
Well, I don't know. If I had that kind of money, I would tell them to get the hell out too.
Yeah, here's $1 million. They'll never contact me again.
Yeah, later. Email me. All right. You listen to the 3 Guys Rant on NBC News Radio, KCAA 1050. We'll be back with an in-studio guest. You got to check it out.
Transmitiendo en vivo.
And Alex is here.
Alrededor del mundo. Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The 3 Guys Rant.
Attention. When it comes to tequila, 2 things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number Juan Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior tequila. There's only number 1. There's only number 1. There's only number 1.
The Share Foundation is the health division of the Coy Chiropractic Institute, a 501c3 509A2 public nonprofit organization dedicated to the growth and development of the natural health care services, in particular through the chiropractic profession, offering health services at the Share clinics in the greater Los Angeles area. Your donations can help in expanding these facilities across the nation, research programs, and public education, thus offering a solution to the many of the health challenges we face. Your donations are tax deductible and can be sent through our website at www.sharefoundation.com. That's www.cherfoundation.com by clicking on the donation button. Thank you.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home. At AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.hrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español.
Streaming live from Los Angeles, the Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, welcome back. This is another episode of the Three Guys Rant here on NBC News Radio, KCAA 1050 AM. If I'm off a little bit, you got to excuse me because I won't say I've been in love with this guy, but...
Oh, man.
Man crush.
Another man
crush. I like it.
Just so you know, that's the way he rolls, bro. Okay. Every time we have a male studio guest, he just flips over.
No. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And
What do you mean by that?
if it was the Monday show, it would be literally.
Well, I think it's legal.
It wouldn't be flip over, it'd be bend over is what you're saying?
I think it's legal in California now.
Yes. and they just announced that you can file joint tax returns if you and your life partner, bro.
You looking for somebody?
All right, so let's introduce our guest, man.
Yeah, Alex Reymundo.
Hi, everybody. Buenas tardes, wherever you are. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches.
Aquí in Rant, and with the Three Guys Rant. I was going to go in Spanish now. I was going to flow with you, man.
Ahorita somos cuatro.
Sí. So,
no más que es puertorriqueño y no se le entiende la mitad de lo que dice.
No entiende.
Are you standing up or are you sitting at Puertorriqueño? Every Puertorriqueño I ever met was about 3 feet tall.
Yeah, no. I don't know what happened with man.
Hey, he knows that you go everywhere on your knees. That's
Wow,
good.
Wow.
Yeah. He knows what. But anyways, Alex Reymundo, if you don't know who he is, get out from under that damn rock. Comedian extraordinaire.
Gracias.
We're blessed to have you here. And his partner.
Julio Gómez Rejón.
Okay, Julio.
We're just going to call you Julio.
Yeah. And I want to clear that up. He's my partner in tequila.
Oh, there you go.
You know, people are going, whoa, what do you mean partner?
Yeah, what happened?
I thought he was married.
Yeah.
We roll over.
Now, you are married.
I'm a married man, 18 years as of this Saturday.
Wow.
See, it's good.
Yeah,
Don't forget.
No,
Don't
never
forget.
Never
So,
forget.
no, you're married to a very beautiful woman. We saw pictures of her, or at least I did.
Thank you. Yeah, and you know what?
I had to do my research.
There you go. Well, that's cool. And here's my favorite thing to say about her. Sí está bonita. I'm muy bonita mi esposa. I'm very blessed that way. But I'm even more blessed. Más bonita, and she's prettier on the inside. She's just a good woman. Good woman. I'm a lucky man that way.
Nice.
That is awesome. So
stay away from her, whoever's over there looking at her now.
Yeah.
She's got a gun.
Well, the one thing I did want to bring up, and again, up until, I don't know, it probably goes back about 12 years or so.
Okay.
The Latin Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion, was like the drop of the bomb for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's what put me on the map.
Right.
It's I've been a road comic, for a few years before that. Like every working comic, I was just in my truck driving all across America for $200 or a bar tab or whatever.
Right.
And I'd had success, and I had a lot of great times, but monetary success hadn't come, and really exposure success hadn't come. Right. And I was fortunate enough to be a part of that.
Now, how did you get involved with all that? Did somebody see you on stage and said, "Hey, we're putting this movie together"?
Well, no. I guess I have to thank Paul Rodriguez first. I have to thank Paul Rodriguez, and I have to thank Scott Montoya, the producer of the Latin Kings of Comedy, as well, because Paul saw me at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, and the first time I ever came to L.A., I was a road comic in the Midwest, and I thought I'm going to go to Los Angeles, and I didn't see any Latino comics. I was like, I'm going to get to Hollywood, I'm going to be a star right away. It's going to be awesome. And someone said, hey, there's a Latino night on Monday at the Laugh Factory. You need to go there and check it out. And they do 2 shows on Monday nights, sold out. I get there, and I begged for stage time, and I watched, 14 to 16
Wow.
Latin
So it
comics
was
that
a
I'd
busy
never
night.
heard of before,
Right.
and I watched them blow that room apart, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be harder than I thought. Because I was so impressed, not with just the fact that they were funny, the fact that they were the Latino, and I just hadn't seen that many.
Right.
And then I was impressed with the different styles. There was such diversity between them, and I was like, wow, okay, so this is gonna. The first time I walked on stage and I was up there talking. And
Now, where was that? Was that
at
here
the Laugh
at
Factory
okay.
in Hollywood? And I'm sitting there. I'm the closest to the audience as I am to you guys right now. And this girl leans to her boyfriend and she goes, "Hey, this guy, he talks kind of funny." And I just remember laughing in my mind. I thought I talk funny. It's funny.
You're like, can you hear yourself?
Yeah,
No. But again, I love that movie.
Thank you.
I think you were the first one out.
I was second. I was after Joey Medina.
Okay, so you were after Joey.
Yeah.
I remember Cheech Marin. Everybody knew Cheech.
Yeah.
Paul Rodriguez. Everybody knew Paul.
Yeah.
I think at that time, that's when George Lopez really
he was,
started to get the momentum. And for the longest time, I'm like, why do I care about the first two? Let's just go to the last two comics. And when I saw you, I never went back to any of the other three comics. I literally thought you were the funniest guy
Thank you,
in
brother.
that movie.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
And that's where the man crush started.
That's
Just so you know.
where it all began.
12 years in the making.
I'm a little excited right now.
Well, you know what? And again, that's what happened. I was there at the Laugh Factory, and Paul Rodriguez got a glimpse of me because I kept going in, and he said, "Hey, you know what? You're kind of funny." He said, "You're different. You do something." And he said, and he invited me to open some shows for him. I think the first show I ever opened for Paul was in Toledo, Ohio, and to me that was my stomping grounds. I thought, well, I can come to Toledo, Ohio. I can go to the Missouri, and I really kind of proved myself to him there, and he enjoyed me, and on stage and off stage, and
wow!
Hey, wow! Is that what we're gonna do every time? But he was a cool hang. It was a cool hang, and I respected him immensely. And then we started touring more and more together, and then Joey Medina kind of joined, and he would, Paul would switch openers. Paul was always very gracious in letting young Latino comics open for him because he had nothing to worry about. He's Paul Rodriguez,
right?
And then. The Kings of Comedy, Cedric and Bernie and DL and Steve Harvey did their thing. And Paul said, Paul was drawing big audiences. And he said, you know what, we're going to do our own movie. And him and Scott Montoya, who was managing him at the time, they had this concept. And he said, of course we got to get Cheech and George because those three guys are the Latin Kings of Comedy. Okay. But he said, we have to introduce some young comics. And there were actually, I think, 8 of us that went to El Paso and taped the young comics. But he told us, even though I'd been touring with him, he said, you got to earn it. He said, you guys got to go out there, and whoever has the best sets on camera, that's who's going to be. Only 2 of you are going to make it. And Joey and I were fortunate enough to be included in it. I mean, because those are other great comics that were there that just didn't make the cut.
It's funny you mentioned Missouri. Do they still do it Missouri or is it Missouri?
In Missouri.
This is Missouri?
Yeah.
Because I remember I used to have a first sergeant in the Marine Corps. He was from Missouri, and I said Missouri one time. And anyways.
You know what? That happens all across the country.
What the hell are you talking about?
He knows what I'm talking about.
Well, that happens all across the country. I was just in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And I'm just making conversation with a lady at the Walmart, and I said, so, ma'am, how are things here in Lebanon? She said, son, She said, Lebanon is a third world country in the Middle East. She said, your happy little ass is standing in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. She said, don't screw it up. Listen how I say it. 9-10 Lebanon.
Wow. No, but what I was getting at is that's where you filmed.
Missouri, the Red Mexican.
The Red Mexican.
Yeah, the Red Mexican.
Yeah.
¿Sabes por qué hice eso? For those of you who don't speak Spanish, the reason I did that is because I really am trying to show America that the Latino audience, that Latin King of Comedy audience, and that blue-collar audience of Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, Ron White, mi hermano, and Bill Engvall, it's the same audience. It's the same. I've been playing to both of them for years, and it's the same people. I think hillbillies are Latinos with a tanning problem. I think we're the exact same characters.
See, that's what I was gonna say. Are they laughing at the same jokes the same way?
The same jokes the same way. What I'm saying is, I've seen my family. Yo conozco mi familia, ¿verdad? My aunts, my uncles, and then I've seen my wife's family. Same characters, different pigmentation.
Right.
Same characters. And so I wanted to go to Kansas City, where it's the center of the country. And when I know there's farm white people, blue-collar people, but there's also 250,000 assimilated Latinos. You know.
But you know what? I didn't see a single one other than you on that show, man.
When
they were scanning the audience.
You know what's funny?
We're backstage.
Yeah. Julio was there, and you know what's funny?
Julio, you weren't working there, were you?
Yeah.
So we put some motos on stage.
Yeah, Julio brought all the bikes, but we. The funny thing is, they did show up, but all the white people came to the first show. We filmed 2 shows. All the Latinos came to the second. I was like, really? You segregated yourselves?
Man.
I was like, oh my God, because I wanted people to see brown and white faces together, and of course, all the white people bought the tickets first.
I was watching it. I'm like, man, my reaction was, these white people really dig this. You know,
they do.
They understand it, and even when you go to your Spanish, and you know, they're trying to follow along.
Do you have a man crush right now?
No. I was watching the show. I've seen it a few times.
Thank you.
And you know what?
A few times in the last 24 hours.
All right. Hey, long as you do your research.
And then I've been listening to a lot of you. I know they play a lot of you on Sirius XM.
Oh, they're good to me.
So, you know, I was gonna say, if you gotta talk to your abogado, because they play you a lot.
No, they play me a lot. They send me a nice check every quarter.
Yeah, but that's the one thing that caught my eye. I was saying, man, this is an all-white audience, man. And
well, you got to remember, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas. Porque hay mucho mexicano, but doing stand-up, that's where I grew up. And when I first started hitting the road, you know, Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know, Oklahoma City, St. Louis, Missouri, you know, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, I didn't really see Latino audiences.
I was going to say, I don't think Brown and all those places.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it didn't.
Right.
And it depends on where I was. They were like, is he like Italian? What the hell? Is he like American Indian? What the hell is this guy? You know, he looks like a Mexican. It sounds like what they say.
What is it that Ron White says about you?
Yeah, that's what this Ron's. He says he's a Mexican that looks like an Indian. Sounds like a gosh dang cowboy.
There you go. Yeah,
and I edited that out. I cleaned that up for you.
Yeah. No, but and then you and Ron are tight.
The first time Ron White ever did stand-up comedy, ever as an amateur, he walked into a comedy club in Arlington, Texas, and before he went on stage, because every comic is scared, he went up to the bar and asked for a shot of tequila and a Budweiser, and Alex Reymundo was the bartender.
Really?
Yeah, and me and him have been friends ever since. And we, in the first 3-4 years of my career, he and I drove everywhere together because we were both young comics. And again, we were working for bar tabs and $80 if we were working, and we drove everywhere. And so we became, you know, best of friends. He had other friends, I had other friends, but we were road dogs together. And then after 4 years, once we both got to the level where we were headlining clubs, you know, we couldn't work together, and then we kind of went our own ways. I did the Latin Kings. He did the Blue Collar.
And out of that movie, I think he was the funniest one.
He was the best one.
Him and his tater tot jokes were funny.
You know, he's great. He's great. I mean, and I still watch him. And now we tour together all the time. And now he is married to my little sister.
Really?
So he's actually my brother.
See, that
now.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
He you know, I mean, he fell in love with her 20 years ago.
Right.
But I stabbed him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a good brother.
That's
I'm
right.
a good brother.
That's
I
right.
said, quítate, híjole.
And your sister is a jazz singer, correct?
She's I wouldn't say jazz. More she's an adult contemporary. Is that the AC? Yeah.
Okay.
She's got a couple songs on the charts. MargotRey.com, REY. She shortened it for showbiz.
Now, are they here in California? Or are they back?
Yeah, they're in California, but they travel and tour, you know, as much as I do. But she's on fire right now. She's on fire. She wrote songs with John Oates of Hall & Oates last year.
Right.
Making, you know, she's doing good. Check her out, MargotRey.com.
All right, and we're going on a quick break. Stick around. We have Alex Reymundo and Julio in studio with the Two Guys Rant today. And we're going to talk about tequila. So stick around. Come on back.
Drink it.
Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The Three Guys Rant.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Something beautiful from Mexico, superior in all of its creation. Integrity, never giving way to mass production. Number Juan Tequila, welcome celebration. Heart and passion is our passion. A legend takes the nation. If superior is what you are after, Number Juan Tequila, for all of life's occasions.
Hi, I'm Paul Lane, host of the KCAA Morning Show, and I'd like to take a few seconds to tell you about pollen bursts. You may not know, but I've been confined to a wheelchair for over 20 years, and I've always looked for ways to increase my energy, mental clarity, and just feel good. Well, I found it in pollen bursts. It's natural, delicious, and easy to take. And I think you should try some too. To find out more, email me at paul@kcaaradio.com. That's paul@kcaaradio.com. Hey, join me so we can burst together.
What's up, everyone? Sports Guru here. Sick of looking at the same old boring websites? Well, check out thenewsportsguru.com for all the hottest trending videos and all the biggest sports news. Become a VIP for only $4.99 and get premium access to everything the Sports Guru has to offer. The beautiful gurus, girls, all my biggest sports picks, and much more. So get off that porn site and check out thenewsportsguru.com.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, and we're back. And if you're streaming, you're seeing a live shot of Alex Reymundo and his partner, and not life partner, Julio. And you listen to the Three Guys Rant here on KCAA 1050 NBC News Radio. So if you're driving, obviously you're not streaming, and that's your loss. All right.
But you can call in.
Yeah, you can
call in.
Call in.
855-69-3 guys.
Yeah, but remember, we're being
Wow, that's the number, 69-3 guys.
3 guys. That gets your attention,
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
it?
weird.
But right now we're being, what is it, the 909. I don't know if you're familiar. You familiar with LA?
Of course.
The 909, the IE.
I've been arrested in 3 cities.
Okay, there you go. Well,
all in the 909?
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's a bunch of crackheads listening to us right now. So shout out to the crackheads out
Orale.
there. We love you guys anyways. But, Alex is here, and he brought something that he's involved in, correct?
Yeah, I got to say more than involved. I want everyone to know that this is not a company that came to me and said, Alex, we have a tequila. We'd like you to put your name to it. This is something that my friend Julio discovered in Mexico, a beautiful little distillery that they've been doing it for close to 100 years, but without a U.S. presence, as many of the distilleries down there don't have. And he said, Alex, this is the best tequila I've ever had in my life. I went down there and I tasted it, and I couldn't agree more. And we worked hard for 3 years. For 3 years, meetings and the government and in Mexico and the U.S. and all the things you have to do. And now we got it here. It's been here since August 5th. And that's our design. That's our bottle. And it's called Number Juan.
Number Juan.
So I want you to know, just like my comedy specials, I produced every bit of that. Everything you see, we worked together. It's not, every detail, the negotiation, everything.
And it's a piña.
It's a piña.
Right.
Yeah, for the agave, right?
The box,
Julio, get closer to the mic, man. Get closer to the mic.
There you go.
There you go.
We're proud of this. We're proud of this.
No, that's pretty good.
Now, that is awesome. And I think even down to the name, you're going to get, regardless whether they like it or not, they're going to remember it just because of the name.
Well, I got to tell you, and that's what I wanted to do. I'm a tequila connoisseur. And I've had every tequila you can think of, and some that people haven't heard of because I went down to Mexico.
Some on stage.
Some on stage, lots on stage. But I noticed when you're working in Pennsylvania and Florida and different parts of the nation, if you're not Latino, a lot of these tequilas people can't pronounce, and everybody loves tequila. So when I said I want to have a tequila, I wanted to come up with a name that was friendly to everybody, like I try to do with my shows, and I came up with Number Juan. It's fun, it's catchy, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it is very Mexico proud. And look at it, this is something I insisted that they put on
absolutely.
Viva Mexico.
Oh, that is awesome.
La Águila, and it's on the top of the bottle as well.
Awesome.
Oh, that is cool.
And it comes with a list of Number Juan tequila jokes.
Does it really? Like bazooka gum. Yeah, that's what we should do. Put some jokes inside.
That would be pretty cool.
But you know what? We test marketed the name, and people loved it. They went crazy for it. The first time we brought it up in a board meeting, they were like, "That's the dumbest name I've ever heard." And I think they were just saying that because they wanted me to spend $50,000 on test marketing.
What color was that guguy?
Yeah, right.
That's what I was going to say. I don't want to insult
Did you hear the suit?
Yeah.
He's wearing a suit.
Go green, go.
Right.
But you know what? We've just been in the U.S. For 3 weeks, like a lot of my cousins.
There you go.
And already we're part of the Santa Barbara Tequila Festival this weekend.
Over there at the Santa Barbara,
California. And we got word. I think we can say it now, right?
Yeah, I think
they
so.
called us 2 days. We won the gold medal.
Oh,
Number
wow.
Juan. We took a gold medal.
Number Juan was number one.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't have to go now because now I know.
Oh, and again, like my wife, beautiful on the outside, the name's there, everything is there. Pero vas a tomar ese tequila and you're going to say, that's the best tequila I've ever had.
So how do three guys get to taste it, man.
Well, screw the third guy because he's not here right now.
We do this.
Can the engineer go get some mugs, man? We don't have shot glasses, but we have mugs.
I got a mug shot.
Oh yeah, me too. But
that's a different story for a different day.
Just as I want everybody to know that's Alex's dad on the
bottle.
You know what? And I was going to ask you.
I got to tell you this story.
Sweet,
I got to tell you this story about this because this
sweet.
is dear to me. This is dear to me. The story is true. It's got a story on the side of the box where these are streaming there, and it's about the Rivesca family and their distillery and how their father, their great grandfather, the guy that started this, Juan Rivesca. It talks about him. Can I read it?
Absolutely.
Can I read it? Okay.
Dude, this whole show's dedicated to you.
Thank you, brother.
If you want me to tell him to shut the hell up for the next 30 minutes, you got it.
Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, in the shadow of the great volcano Tequila, nestled in the lowlands, rich and fertile blue agave fields of Amatitan, Jalisco, where some say God himself kissed the earth, lived an honest, simple man of great integrity, Don Juan Alejandro. Juan Alejandro truly felt blessed being a part of this magical land. Steadfast to embracing his gift from God, coupled with a passion for his craft, the reputation of a heartfelt tequila was born. While others mass-produced, Juan Alejandro refused to ever compromise the soil, agave, or the tequila's integrity. In the immortal words of Don Juan Alejandro, whatever your craft may be great, never quit, and God shall bless your path. On behalf of my ancestors, I proudly present a superior tequila. Throughout every step of its production, taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle.
Amen.
Right? And
That is outstanding, man.
So dig this. This is a true story.
Okay.
This is a true story.
So it's a true story. You wrote it.
I wrote it.
Okay.
When I studied and researched the family. This is a true story. They are artists. It's a tiny little distillery. But as I was writing this about them, I realized that's how my father raised me. And so what I did is Juan Rivesca, his name is Don Juan. My father's name was Alejandro. I merged the two, and to honor my father, I put his face on the box and his face on the neck of every bottle.
And also Juan means de Dios, from God.
Right.
And dig this. My father passed away 6 years ago today. 6 years ago today. And today we go to pick up a gold medal for this tequila.
Isn't
that beautiful?
That's awesome.
Isn't that beautiful? So cheers. A mi papá.
Salud.
The number one tequila, Don Juan Alejandro.
And
sip, gentlemen.
So
screw the dead air on this one.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. That's the reposado.
Dude, that is smooth.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is really smooth.
Isn't that beautiful?
So now, do you already have distribution set up?
We have distribution here in Los Angeles, in the greater LA area, through Pivot. Here, I got their card. A great guy named Esteban. It is Pivot Wine and Liquor, and you can pick us up at all Vendome liquor stores in the Los Angeles area. I believe there's 6 of them. We're in online, zetequila.com. They'll ship it to your door anywhere in the nation. That's zeetequila.com. We're in Old Town, the biggest tequila store in the nation in San Diego. Okay. We're in 2 stores in Santa Barbara. It's Mesa Liquors and it's the Grotto in Montecito.
It's in a lot of places.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Go to the website.
We literally thought, by the way, numberOnetequila.com. We literally thought it was just going to be in Kentucky because that's where I live. I live in Louisville. I thought it was going to be in Kentucky just for the first year. We're already selling in Kentucky, Texas, and Los Angeles. And
that is outstanding.
Oh man, it's
and the name is number, and that's the word number. Juan as in the name.
Yeah.
Juan.
Yeah.
Number Juan Tequila.
Now, out of curiosity, who do you project? I don't know if you'd happen to know who the biggest client would be. Brown, white?
Women, I hope.
Yeah, that's a perfect answer.
Yeah,
right
women. Women love tequila. They love the number one cocktail in America is the Margarita,
right?
Which we are going to transform the name to the Juanita.
You know what? That would be awesome.
Right?
I love that.
Yeah. And but they drink it, and John Paul DeGiorio of Patron is a genius. He's a marketing genius, and he was brilliant enough to.
So
look at there you go. Yeah. He was brilliant enough to, back in the 80s, reintroduce America to premium tequila.
Right.
100% agave, because what we were drinking before really wasn't.
Crap.
And it was crap.
But yet you were still drinking it.
Well, kids will drink anything.
As in the Marine Corps, bro.
You've seen him, right? He's like 103.
Is he?
We
look, you're Latino. You hold it well.
In the Marine Corps, bro. We used to drink Aqua Velva, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever.
103 proof, I think. But so I women love tequila, but we're trying to reintroduce, and as many tequila companies are, is to teach people that it's meant to be sipped. These guys that make it, they're artists. The agave is a beautiful buzz, and sure you can shoot it, and you can have a great time. But if you sip it,
especially with the white women.
Yes.
Okay,
dude,
I'm sorry.
All women, all women
for the whole family.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. All right.
¿Quieres más?
You finished?
Dude, it had a good bite, so it's like
it's beautiful tequila.
Man,
there you go, guys. That bottle's we brought it.
It's not water, man.
Thank you, sir. Huh?
I said it's not water.
It's my kind of water. But anyways,
Mexican water.
So you have distribution, you got everything. That's outstanding.
Well,
man.
Distribution is a game that you play in every city that you go, in every region, and we're always looking for more because we've got really 50 states still to hit. We've just hit markets in certain states, but we got to go everywhere. You know, and in every city we need 2 or 3 distributors, not just one.
Now, I know I've seen on some of your shows.
Yeah.
You.
I'll be in Houston.
You partake in a little bit of tequila.
Me gusta tomar.
No. Do you is there a way to maybe do some product placement? Are you gonna try to, or do you keep that separate?
Well, I can always take it on stage and take my drink up there, and now I'm gonna take my bottle. Now, if we shoot a comedy special that's gonna air on the network, probably that we can't do. They won't allow that, but we're Latino. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, because I know, for instance, I know Ron. That's his thing on stage as well. But he'll never mention what he's drinking.
Right.
He just says, when they start paying me, I'll mention.
Well, I got to tell you something kind of interesting. He's my brother. He knows what I'm up to, and I told him 2.5 years ago. I said, bro, I discovered this tequila, and it's the best I've ever had, and this is what I'm gonna do, and la la la. And he said, you're going to go against Patron, and I said, no, I'm not going to go against anybody. I'm just going to present a beautiful tequila, and I just know that enough people will. And he said, okay, whatever, we tell jokes. That's what we do. And when I got the pack, we got it all done. We got it to the States. I mean, Julio was there. Where were we? We were in San Antonio, or I think so. So we're doing a show. And we bring it on the bus, on the tour bus, and there's 10 or 11 of us, and we brought a bottle of the Blanco and a bottle of the Extra Añejo, and we started drinking it, and Ron looked at me and he said, the Extra Añejo, he said, my brother, he says, this is not only the best tequila I've ever had, this is the best drink I've ever had. And he loved it, and he's a big fan now. And I wouldn't doubt if pretty soon you hear Ron White talking about number one tequila, and not because he's my brother, but because he's one thing he's not, and I'm not, is liars. We're gonna say exactly what we think about something.
And a lot of people, there's a mistake because it's more that capitalistic way of thinking that we're gonna go against Don Julio or the other big brands, but we're not going against anything. It's our tequila that we just want everybody to taste.
Right, and with that, we'll be back after this. Catch us after this break, the final segment of the Three Guys Rant with Alex Reymundo.
ZTequila.com. You can bring it to your house. Z-Tequila. Z-E-E Tequila.com.
There you go.
Three Guys Rant.
A superior tequila has arrived. A tequila that never compromises integrity for mass production. Taste the heart of Mexico in every bottle. For superior tequila, there's only number one. Number one tequila.
Nurses Life Express provides unique apparel for all the hardworking nurses that wear many hats. It is apparel that expresses nurses' amazing, humorous, and caring personalities. After all, nurses are as influential as their united goal to help others. Nursing's not easy, but somebody's got to do it. For more information, please call 562-270-4312 or visit their website at www.nurselife.com. www.nurselyfe.com. Nurseslife.com, where nurses' lives are expressed.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we can call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
Building a custom home or business is a huge deal. For some, it's the largest project they'll take on in a lifetime. Choosing your team may be the most important part of ensuring a successful building project. Starting a project by working closely with Core Design will create what's just right for your lifestyle and your property. But selecting the right builder is perhaps the most important part of creating the team. At Core Design's customer service, quality craftsmanship, and integrity are the keys to our company philosophy. Your custom construction dreams are just a phone call away. Core Design at 213-453-1609. Once again, that number is 213-453-1609.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
And we're back, and if you're streaming, you saw a picture of Alex Reymundo. He's in studio with Julio and two of the three guys. We're sipping on that.
Look,
I gotta say, man,
and number Juan Tequila.
It's getting fun in here, but I think it's a good part of that bottle is gone.
Yeah.
So go check it out.
And it's been like 10 minutes.
Hey, it's easy to drink.
Hey, and
it's easy to drink.
So number Juan Tequila, go look for it. Ask for it by name. We're gonna put a link on our site as well.
Absolutely.
To places where you can find it. And then, Alex, also wanted to ask you, any shows coming up? Anything?
I'm constantly on tour. If you're a stand-up comic in America, what you got to do is do stand-up comedy, and that's what I do for 22 years, 42 weeks out of the year. I'm on the road. I'm fortunate that I've been blessed that now I used to have to leave for 5-6 weeks at a time when I was a young man, but now I leave on Thursday and I'm usually home by Monday. But this week, where am I going? I'm going to, I'm off this week. We're going to Santa Barbara. But the coming week, September 7th, I'm going to be in Houston, Texas at the Elegant Hall. And I'm excited about going home to Texas because that's my home state. And I'm excited about Houston because I haven't been in close to 3 years. And I think you guys got a link or something to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If it's not there, we're going to get it there.
You go to alexcomedy.com and there's a link there. You can go get tickets. If you're in the Houston area, ven a verme. We've got a great little venue. And look at me.
Alex, let me ask you a question, Alex. Is your strength in your hair? Because when he did the original Latin Kings of Comedy, he had short hair.
Yeah.
But now it's long.
I've always had long hair. Yo soy indio. Como decía mi papá, yo soy indio Tarasco. Ándale, cabrón, yo soy indio. And I've always had long hair. Mira ahí. But right before we shot the Latin Kings of Comedy, my hair looked like yours at that time.
Right.
I had just been in I was in a movie where I played an off-duty police officer. On
The Movement.
The Movement, yes. God dang.
Damn, you have a...
Nah, bro.
A man crush.
A crush.
No, he was just saying what happened to him. He just had a movement.
Yeah. Oh, he has hair about 3-4 times a day.
But you know what's funny? Go ahead with your story.
But so I had to cut my hair, which when I was a kid, I would cry when they would cut my hair. And at Tia Bibi, who would always cut our hair, she had her license. You know, there was always one Latina in the family that has a license.
But it was still in front of the house?
Oh, yeah. and I would cry. I used to hide in the dirty hamper with toda la ropa fea, unos calzones en mi cara, you know. I just hate, even to this day, I go to get my hair cut, and I dread going in there. I hate it. But when we shot the Latin Kings, and you know what? I hated that because I thought this is the first time America's going to see me, and this isn't me.
Right.
That's why I had all that crap in it, and
right,
it was spiky. That's why when Cheech hugged me, you know, I was sweating, and it was like, you know how it gets like, and he was like, what did he say? He made fun of me. He goes, he's like sweating in the ear and stuff. You know.
That is right.
Yeah, he made fun of me, and I'm like, really? I never, because
you know what? I thought that was now having you here.
I'm known for
the
all my life, I've never
and you play with your hair when you're doing your show.
You know, I just keep it out of my face. But
right.
now it's kind of, I guess it's kind of a little signature thing.
But when you do a part, but speaking like a woman.
I do.
You pull it up.
I
and
try
you
to
get
become.
out.
I try to get into character. You know, I stare at the light and I lose myself in the light, and I try to get into what I'm doing.
I'm just curious. How many pictures have you tried out for? Because when you get home, you put on wigs and start playing with your hair.
I know. But that's supposed to be a secret, cabrón.
I wish I knew that.
Hey, but
I do use my hair to my advantage.
Right.
It's there, and you know what? I think some people, you know, I notice sometimes when I've had to cut my hair a couple more times for different projects, and when my hair is short, not a lot of people recognize me in the airport. But cuando está largo, you know, people, hey, rednecks again, hey, bad boy, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Real quick, the movement, was that before? Was it done before or after? What's the one with Keanu Reeves on the bus?
That was after.
It was after.
It was the same bus.
Because it looked.
Was it really?
Same bus.
I saw some of it. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this
that bus looks familiar? It's the same bus. They use the same bus. Yeah.
You see, bro?
Yeah.
You are a stalker. Just so you know, you're a stalker.
Yeah.
Es que soy un genio.
Yeah.
Hizo su tarea.
See. No, but I thought I was like, man, is this like another version of you know, Speed?
And you know what's weird about that movie? We shot that in Cincinnati, Ohio, is where that movie was shot. And the day, you know, movies, you got to get permits to do different things. And we had permit to be in the city streets one day, and the rest of the movie was shot on the highway. And the day we start shooting, we're on the set at some bar when they're doing makeup, and that was headquarters. It was 6 a.m. when we get there. It was 9/11/2001.
Oh.
And it's a sports bar, so we got video screens everywhere. And the news is on, and we all watch that go down live. Wow. And we're making a movie about a bus that gets hijacked. And the director, I mean, we're all just, like America was, we were just dumbfounded. We didn't know. Everyone's like, what's happened? The world changes, what happened? Mm-hmm. And he looked at us and he said, guys, we got one day to shoot this in the city. Let's go. And you want to talk about, you know,
the emotion
and getting into what was going on. All the actors were there. Were like, you know, it was really surreal to see that going on and then go pretend something.
And I was living in New York when it happened.
Wow.
I was
You were,
there.
right? You were there.
It was the most beautiful day, but it was like evil in the air. Se me pararon los pelos del cuello. It was crazy.
No, it was. I was there about 2 weeks after the fact. Like once they actually let people start flying, I went there and it was. You
could still smell the whole city.
Yeah, it was like something.
We went.
If you could be in, well, I'm sure you've been in movies, but for the average person, it was like being in a movie, but having it be real. It's like you can't put words to it.
Yeah, it was odd. But isn't that weird? The day, that day.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. I remember that day. I can tell you exactly what I was doing.
I remember the good thing about what I do for a living is, you know, weeks after that, you know, 3 weeks after that, 4 weeks after that, because the nation was numb. And still my favorite thing of what I do for a living. People were coming up after the show and saying, you know what? The world sucks. The news sucks. This whole situation sucks. Or even today, nowadays, people go, you know, my job, this and that. Thank you for letting me escape for an hour and a half and just forget everything, which is my favorite thing that people come up and, because when people do that, I embrace them, man or a woman. I give them a hug because, you know, I forget what we do, what it does for people. And so that's when I really take pride in it.
No, that's outstanding. But, you know, now that you said that, you know, Arvin is going to come and tell you that. So you can give him a hug, man.
You know,
I'm telling you.
I know. I said
you told him how to get a hug from you, man.
You changed my life.
I did say man or woman, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Dang it.
He would have gone either way. He would have. But anyways,
He's got a wig on. Arvin, is that you?
We're coming to the end of the show. Alex, what else we're going to... I know. Number Juan Tequila. Ask for it by name. Look on their side. Look on our side. Are you gonna be in Houston? When are you gonna be in LA, man?
Oh my God, I'm gonna be in LA in September at the Ice House in Pasadena, one of my favorite rooms in the country.
We're gonna go check.
Yeah,
it out.
Please come see me. I forget the dates. I think it's 21 and 22 or 23, whatever the Friday and Saturday is in September. I think the third week. But just go again, Alex Comedy, and everybody. I want you to know. Obviously, I'm proud of this tequila. I want you to drink it, and I want you to enjoy is what I want you to do. But what I do for a living is I'm a stand-up comic, and come see me live because that's where the fun is. If you've ever enjoyed me on television, that's all good and fun. But the live show is where it's at. Porque allí there's no rules there. There's no rules there.
You're gonna see us there, man.
Good.
I'm there.
I'm just afraid to go, man. I might laugh so hard I might shard.
Hey, bro, you shard just sitting on your desk. What are you talking about?
That's a problem, man. What the hell's wrong with the engineer? He's been over there making hand gestures for like the last 5 minutes.
So we're coming to the end, but Alex Reymundo, thank you for coming in.
Guys,
We
it was a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Anytime
Thank you
you want to
so
come,
much.
anytime you guys are in
Thank
town.
you so much.
How
you
can
need
people
to come
find
in.
you? How can they get a hold of you? Twitter, Facebook?
Oh, yeah, I got all that stuff. I'm on Alex Reymundo, Facebook.com/Alex Reymundo. And also on Twitter, I'm at Alex Comic. At Alex Comic. And have a lot of fun there because, you know what I have? I have 12 followers.
All right, folks.
That's pathetic until you remember that's how many Jesus had.
And we will see you next week on Thursday, same station, and on Monday, Uncensored, on the Rant Radio Network.
Hey, this has been Alex with 3 Guys Ranting.
That's right.
And that's how you do a show.